A very happy morning to all. In today's class, we are going to see how the cellular respiration takes place and especially the functioning of electron transport system in the mitochondria. There are 5 huge protein complexes known as complexes 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 which serve to remove electrons from NADH and FADH, regenerating it into NAD and FAD. The complex 1 acts as NADH dehydrogenase, complex 2 acts as succinate dehydrogenase, complex 3 acts as cytochrome C reductase, complex 4 acts as cytochrome C oxidase, and the last complex 5 acts as ATPase enzyme with 2 components, that is F0 and F1. Electrons from NADH produced in the mitochondrial matrix during citric acid cycle are oxidized by an NADH dehydrogenase, that is complex 1, and electrons are then transferred to ubiquinone located within the inner membrane. Ubiquinone also receives reducing equivalent, that is through FADH2, that is generated during oxidation of succinate through the activity of the enzyme succinate dehydrogenase in the citric acid cycle. The reduced ubiquinone is then oxidized with the transfer of electrons to cytochrome C, that is cytochrome BC1 complex, which is complex 3. Cytochrome C is a small protein attached to the surface of the inner membrane and acts as a mobile carrier for transfer of electrons between complex 3 and 4. Cytochrome 4, that is complex 4, it is referred as cytochrome C oxidase complex and it contains cytochromes A and A3 and 2 copper centers. When the electrons pass from one carrier to another via complex 1 to 4 in the electron transport chain, they are coupled to ATP synthase for the production of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate. The number of ATP molecules synthesized depends on nature of the electron donor. That is, oxidation of one molecule of NADH gives rise to 3 molecules of ATP, while that of one molecule of FADH2 produces 2 molecules of ATP. During electron transfer, the hydrogen atoms split into protons and electrons. The electrons are carried by the cytochromes. They recombine with their protons before the final stage when hydrogen atom is accepted by oxygen to form water. Although the aerobic process of respiration takes place only in the presence of oxygen, the role of oxygen is limited to the terminal stage of the process. Yet, the presence of oxygen is vital since it drives the whole process by removing hydrogen from the system. Oxygen acts as the final hydrogen acceptor. The whole process by which oxygen effectively allows the production of ATP by phosphorylation of ADP is called oxidative phosphorylation. Let us see some interesting points regarding electron transport system. It includes multi-protein complexes which is arranged in a linear sequence of redox potential. And it is responsible for oxidation of NADH and FADH, regenerate coenzymes and produce water. Electron movement is downhill movement. Components first acts as oxidizing agent and then as reducing agent. All are water insoluble except cytochrome C. 2 mobile electron carriers, that is coenzyme Q and ubiquinol. 3 energy conserving sites. And coenzyme is restricted to membrane phase as it is hydrophobic in nature. Energy of proton gradient is called PMF, that is chemiosmotic potential. Oxidative phosphorylation requires intact membrane. Thank you.